this thing. We want to welcome to the Bible Forum. I'm Warren Sprouse. I'm your host and your guide. We're here every Sunday night between 8 and 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we're here tonight to talk about the U.S. Supreme Court and its discussion, hearing arguments about same-sex marriage, trying to decide whether they're going to make that legal in all 50 states. It's legal in about 30-something states, 36, 37, I can't remember. But as we look at the landscape, we realize that only 11 states actually voted to do this. The other 20-some states had it foisted on them, either by judges or by the legislature. And you can say, well, the legislature was elected by, yeah, but it wasn't that the people in the state didn't get the idea, didn't get the opportunity to speak on this issue. The issue is Bill and John, who want to be considered a married couple in the eyes of the law. Why do Bill and John want to be married in the eyes of the law? It doesn't change their feelings, it doesn't change their relationship. Well, they want to do it for the obvious reasons, to take advantage of the tax laws, the inheritance laws, the family laws that come with marriage. They want to do it so they can legally adopt children and pass their heritage down to the next generation, so they can be viewed as normal in this pluralistic society. And the question is, should it be constitutionally legal for them to do so? On Tuesday, the High Court listened to arguments, and the questioning seemed to revolve around the long-term effect of such a situation in terms of the society at large. Justice Scalia asked, and attorney Mary Bonato, arguing for the plaintiffs, confirmed that no society had ever sanctioned homosexual marriages despite the prevalence of homosexuality in a particular culture. No society, Greek, Roman, whatever, pagans all, none of them Christians, none of them with a Bible, none of them hating homosexuals because they're not like us, accepting of homosexual behavior, embracing it, enjoying it, but never legalizing it. Liberal Justice Stephen Breyer then asked, why can't these states wait and see? Why can't we wait to see if the other states' experiments in gay marriage leads to harm? And the attorney for the plaintiffs responded by saying they should not have to. And here's where it gets normal. She pointed to the civil rights laws. We're having this considered as a civil rights issue. Just because a minority of the citizens may not have approved or did not understand why people of differing color wanted to marry, didn't necessarily make it wrong. And the result of allowing them to do so did not collapse the society. But it was still a man and a woman, wasn't it? The idea that black and white people should not marry was cultural. It wasn't rooted in law, it wasn't rooted in physiology, wasn't rooted in the Bible, for that matter. People made it that. But people are people. And there's only one race of humans on the planet. They're called Homo sapiens. Some of them are black. Some of them are brown. Some of them are yellow. Some of them are pure white. But they're all the same. And their body parts are all interchangeable. And they match up regardless of the color on the outside of them. The weight of the argument is on the side of history and of current practice, given the medical and emotional problems associated with homosexual behavior. Ancient societies were not guided by biblical principles, as was the U.S. in its Genesis. and they did not permit these marriages. So this is not Christians that hate homosexuals trying to stop them from doing anything, as much as the homosexual community wants it to be that. The logical conclusion is that rational, intelligent, thinking people have serious reservations regardless of their religious orientation. What I think we're watching are the children in this society yelling at the parents in favor of self-gratifying behavior that the parents instinctively know is dangerous and destructive. It's a kind of, I want what I want and you can't stop me kind of tantrum. The behavior is entirely self-gratifying. It has no social advantage. It's not much different than drinking alcoholic beverages, smoking tobacco, or shooting heroin. It feels good, but it doesn't benefit anybody. And it wreaks havoc on the physical and the social systems. Now, there are those who disagree, and they write all sorts of ugly things in protest to prove my point. This is a marriage that does not produce offspring. This is a marriage that is one-sided, absent the balance of what a traditional marriage would afford. And it's a behavior that destroys the very parts of the body from which comes their pleasure. It is not a two becoming one. It is rather one becoming a bigger one. It's self-serving, it's immature, it's ungodly, but an ungodly America is going to recognize homosexual marriage. So-called Christian America will be the very first society in the history of mankind to embrace a behavior that pagans disdained. And it will be, as they say, a landmark decision. In the press and on the street, it'll be hailed as a victory over gay-hating Christians like me. It will be presented as further or final proof that Christians just simply hate people who are not like them. Couples will be parading through our living rooms and in our institutions as living illustrations that Christians are just wrong. They're on the wrong side of history, on the wrong side of progress. But the real jury is still out, my friends. It's still out.